to bond tends to click as a spark of a death tick. Sometimes it feels like even for the hero, as he could be like light year from a light year away. And thus the stray strength begins to take away every big breath, like the Dark Knight with the lightsaber. A hungry saber tooth ready to strike the vicious man with the saber. Before he walks the walks to the bar at the very far near the shiny star, Negroni and Martini without vermouth would never let him say the truth. Lost in oblivion within the fictitious feeling so absolute. Things I used to not know I could compute. The extra vision got others thinking I'm astute. Only if you tend to dispute ways to reach more pursuit. I become the master and the apprentice of the pastor, learning to veer karma to dharma, touring through the world of Casper to foster, well, the culmination of the coda before the disaster of the Alpha Raptor. Just a wicked listen to your mama. Lessons learned might get you calibered near Yoda, now a novice of Dalai Lama, ascending over the golden and 9-story pagoda, beholding the panorama at the bottom of the crate, like the maps of Hong Kong, unlike tables of ping pong, trying to read between the lines before the quota, a beast endeavoring to battle a godly priest. Even Goku versus King Kong will get him trauma. Out the kimono, a shield from a comma, and flashes from the llama, the cousin of the goat, yelling ching chong, acting as a boa on a tree, creating drama from the root to the fruit, cloaking as a persona, imitating a piranha, tweak the flow in which they go, avoid the temple gongs, waving ding dong, steer away from the ticking bomb before it goes supernova. So you lie when you tell them see you mañana.
Turning the road a hippie highway. Another shaka so high, screaming yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, while crossing the golden trippy gateway. Another lover looming soon. At the architrave of the arch pillars, the emphasis on the crisis, flourishing the diagnosis of paralysis, stuck like Sisyphus. A groundhog day, come se fosse l'età del ferro, saldo nel vero rifugilero. Ergo, per essere davvero allegro, resta sincero, immergiti negli sbagli, svela il segreto, nella scatola arcana del mistero. Dunque, dal caos forgia il sereno intero, nell'ordine perfetto while meditating on an intrinsic metro. Now it's beyond Tokyo, closing its numbers to zero. Symbols on a disco while the bong burns on the beat of my right bongo, hyping the cursive to slide Italiano. The gladiator by Eris was cheered bravissimo, giving Goliath his epitaph. Now the graph breaks down with the last laugh on a veto with the ghetto, leaving all the tracks wildly like unto that Watto as a quato on auto, going out of control like Mr. Soprano playing the grand piano on a chopper with Chappelle and jokes, heading to Chicago to kindle a rodeo of the great volcano, thinking it's just a dynamo cameo, really gliding above alto, above the range of Escobar and El Chapo's lane. Bow to salute Chapo, the pilot spaced out on El Chavo del Ocho, chuckles left behind in bloody knuckles. The long way can't even reach DB Cooper's crutches. What he touches, he crushes like a super, much less than a blooper. Trooper better take the mainstream trend on a Frodo trek for it to vanish fully. Unlike every consumer, to shift more as a producer. Like the selfish calm, without a qualm of Quasimodo, wronged at Notre Dame for many a bomb engraved on the logo of their psalm. Kudos to the ones who can keep it a beautiful song, keeping the comatose on every Soho corner between the nevermore ending cluster, while you don't just YOLO. Whilst you watch over for the overdose like a robo-cop, as a hobo like Han Solo, on a pilgrimage to the holy village, on the Millennium Falcon, drifting raw beside the golden dragon, on a geometric fractal like a hexagon, on a wagon exalted to the majestic flagon, mystic like Excalibur, worthy like Mjolnir to be a new conqueror, a brave cavalier from every predator can go ballistic. When you go from a pioneer to a faulty ambassador on a shoddy gear, just like every volunteer that fails at point fantastic, as they become aristocratic. Even with no ultimate defender, the atmosphere can still hit strike you. Now walking bombastic while you reincarnate. The vindicator stays to persevere, all from the tormentor that is to terminate every Viva inventor and make disappear what's meant to fascinate the stellar cloak mentor. The magic robe to interfere in every vector, like a good musketeer is the protector of the sector. A Jedi once escaped its own sci-fi, and that would be the preceptor, ready to hit bullseye and like Achilles versus Hector. Can't be the alibi of the third eye samurai with a dead eye. Say goodbye while you flash back before Caillou as you die high. In the Genesis, you go ecdysis to defend from the tense nemesis. Going on an intense plateau at the end, underway to say you always grew. While arising on a new neighborhood anew, detecting all the true clues from the almighty blues. Godfather, don't you know who? Words might appear from an odd author, but never intended to prod harder. Hunt farther to annihilate and then rehabilitate or haunt another. All the undiscovered is a breakthrough with no clue on to agitate through Jamavu, without to step off the grenade and detonate before you go blue. While every soldier rambled blind as they got to obliterate the next plate, though never looked over the shoulder. Even the big boulder behind the state rolling at the closed gate couldn't make the saddle refine. Over time, the itching hate got my boggled mind so muddled, wine of a river in gold. Now it's a flow yet to be refined, while I paddle behind on reverse to alter my survival. As I slept on all but the revenge, I wanted to further higher. The trial had every murmur between each trench of the vile war, while self-proclaimed God smile up with the dark style in the golden alley to the isle of the ones they exile, to recoup with the denial and regroup with the title. While the gone wild revile invites a new great revival, the idol with the past, thus the bygone idol had its ensuing stellar vast. So the outcast absorbed like a wizard's orb the twisted encyclopedia all across with a new idea, recreating on amnesia spotlessly the Mona Lisa, on the recipe cure for mental dysphagia, en route to know the gloomy glow and its ways to unlock the bird cage pigment of HDysphrenia. On the enchant of the hand, leaving every poignant remnant, an avant-garde implant so prominent to the whole of you that it shifts in an imminent moment. To a subtle responder, is this not evidence of it being evident of the imminent element, or does it not matter as all is under a double entendre? Words across burning lives and lost files from the troubled wanderer, like the Salem witch trials. Autocrat reptiles with fake masks and smiles and an eclipse style, scorching every tainted sketch of angels. An eerie twitch from the murky twisted pit, forging every trench to a bench, waiting patiently like a lynx to continue as a sick lynch. Many so afraid, ready to snitch, so quick and run away from the dark pit. As they split, looking back they trip on a pitch, forgot the numbing nerves and veins, baptized in vain, end up with a first aid kit, an emblem really hard to stitch between the threads like in the string theory. Rising a third body problem as a menage a trois montage, and then in a case for you to solve them, the things others can't manage from the itch. It's straight a gift iguana, smoking a Havana, doing the Hakuna Matata in Havana Arcana, on the pinata slice with a katana without a hitch, shedding the stigmata beyond the sigma data on the fortune, under a full luna dubbed on an ostracized banner glitch. The memoir of why I wasn't the only written rich memory, so through the hall of hell I walk while I write the equation with chalk on how the noxious gel is really a kitsch, to choose from precious and malicious before every grim gremlin jettisons the zen to turn the wrong switch. See the Grinch like a pleading bad bitch. Gollum had a past, and everything that is to blossom is never forever. A big twist. Does this move you greater than getting moody on your favorite movie? Now asking with an accent like Shaggy, what's Gucci? Not a tree, I'm barking like Scooby, Pluto, Snoopy, Crypto, Grommet, more like Goofy. Just as a groovy comet around the object, I oppose to opt out without a W and a limit on what I should commit through my route. A hard omit as a hermit. Will I ever find it through the ruby? Will the new outlook make it all spooky? Or is it just cause it's a novel view? Does the Lucy and Dewey really enhance the casino on a tuxedo? So why does it ask for a sweet cookie on a smoothie? On sugar and a borrowed fruity, juicy hookah from a Latino bandito. Unlike a desperado, I wonder my duty, like having a cappuccino with De Niro and Al Pacino with all the Tusi on every pussy in San Marino. Will this end like it's from Tarantino? Don't you see through the inner boogie? Perhaps a quip joke gone bougie. Will I go with my last words? I love you, my sugar, by the torpedo on incognito and the blue sea. Will I always always have a trigger, ponder the method of the beauty.
Hard to take my eyes off of you, not cause of Paul Anchor. My insight from the sight of the way you seem to invite induces me to bite like Dracula on a fair scale. After the night goes bright and forget, I'm more like a chupacabra. Shape your mantra into an abracadabra. You're puffing Casablanca with a scaraba on the hand, with the message of it all being a penumbra. Big wouldn't be without his kit pieces. Ain't no thick pig when there's always a bigger fish on the stick. Loca y melancólica, con cada trucha va más coja pero menos floja, pasando la uva que nunca caduca. Cuánto se educa con el truco quien traduzca lo que le introduzca, de todo le que luzca. Dame la mano, nos vamos a Cuba en una fuga pa' que no nos miren con lupa, con tal de no caer con la busa de la acusa, sin ninguna excusa. Deuce, I'll face every azuka in every way, while I once a day drank sambuca with a bazooka, taking me to places with a beluga on a tree. Is that my spirit animal and my elation on the station? Will Buddha tell me how to find the glee? Shall I wander through the exploration like in the Bermuda? While the answer has a key, I shall forget in celebration, like in Armada as they see free and foundation of every generation, with Medusa on the